Hi, this is Paul from Outerloop Coaching and Outerloopcoaching.com. I'm with you in this video to talk about how to build a fan base quickly in 2020. This is an amazing year, an amazing time for building a fan base. I've got ideas on how you can do it super fast. Now, so keep in mind that one of the mantras that we have at Outerloop is great content done consistently over time. There are no hacks. There are no ways to really just make success happen overnight. It happens, it's like hitting the lottery most of the time. It's sometimes some just extremely talented people, but extremely talented people with extremely specific situations. It really is an extraordinary event when it happens. So these ideas do not go against that mantra. That way to really grind out success for you is most likely going to be just that, a long, determined grind of doing great content, doing it consistently, and doing it over time. However, here are some ideas on how you can kind of leap a little bit and make some really good things happen. And there's two different parts to that. The second part is about the music itself. I'll get to that later. First, I want to talk about how you need to leverage your relationships, and leveraging both the relationships you have and making new relationships. One of the best ways about leveraging relationships is when you can find somebody who is a tastemaker. Now, not everybody has tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of followers on their social media channels. Not everybody has a blog or a magazine article column that is read all the time. Not everybody is a tastemaker, but you need to find those people who are. And it's not even sometimes about people in the media like that. Sometimes it's just other musicians who, they slap a band sticker on their guitar and people love that musician so much that they'll start picking apart, like, oh my goodness, what band is that that's on their guitar? So tastemakers come in all shapes and sizes. So find out who they are, make relationships with them if you don't have them already, and try to convince them to be a fan of you and your music. Tastemakers are the types of people who sometimes only have a handful of people who they are greatly influential for, but it's those people who are greatly influential. So if you can find out who they are, get your music to them, and they will do the heavy lifting for you and promote your stuff to the people who follow them. All right, so the second thing is that there are going to be some relationships you have with people who have adjacent audiences. And adjacent audiences, your audience is here and their audience isn't that far away. It's right over here. Now, if you can combine your audiences together, or they can talk to their audience and bring their audience to you, that is awesome. That is really awesome. And there's really great ways to do it. So my favorite way to do that is guesting. Now, I have a video where I go through this in much more detail. It's right over here, right over my head. It's a little bit older, one of the first videos that we did, but it is so key. It's one awesome way to grow your audience is through guesting. And so what I'm suggesting here is that, for example, if you have a relationship with an artist who has a larger or an adjacent audience to you, get them to perform on a song with you. And this has got a lot of different impacts, and I go through them all in that video. But one of the first and awesome ways is that fans of that artist are going to give you a chance. And that's all you are asking for all the time is opportunities to get other people who are likely to like your music, to get them to give you a chance. And that is one awesome way to do it. One of the really great side effects, though, is the streaming platforms. By having that artist name in your song title, or having them as a guest on one of your songs, is going to let the algorithms on streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, etc., let them know that you have a relationship to that artist. And so when somebody is listening to that artist, there is a good opportunity that the algorithm is going to then give you the next song on that playlist, or the next suggested song that they come across. And you'll have done it only by just having them guest on a recording for you. So reach out to artists, not only artists that you have adjacent audiences, but also a great opportunity to reach out to artists who are like that, just one level above you, maybe even 2 levels above you. Obviously, you're not going to get like Pink or James Hetfield or somebody like that to perform on your song, or at least probably not. Hey, if you got a relationship with somebody who can make that happen, hallelujah. Gravy days are here. But most of the time, it's going to be just artists who are just on 1 level, maybe 2 levels above you. Reach out to them, try to get them to guest on recording. Sometimes they'll be asking for money, sometimes not. So look for those opportunities. All right, so about the music itself. Now, one of the things that I highly recommend you do in 2020 to grow your fan base quickly is to release music often. Do not release just one album and then expect that the audience is going to come to you. It just doesn't work that way anymore. I highly recommend you release one song, give it 6, 8, maybe 10 weeks in between each release. Get practiced at getting the word out about your new single. Get into the routine. Find out who these great people are who are going to pay attention every time you release something, and make sure you get back to them with the next one. Get practiced at what the patterns are on social media, on when you alert people, what kind of accompanying materials, marketing materials you put with the single, what kind of videos, what kind of quick little videos like on Instagram and Instagram Live, what other maybe events that you do to announce a single, what graphically you're doing. All of that stuff is stuff that you need to practice and hone. And every time you release a new single, you will get better at it. So keep releasing singles. And the other reason why I think this strategy is so good for building a fan base quickly is because you are going to get to the song faster. Not every song is going to be your big hit. Not every song is going to be the one that turns people on. And you know how that works. Every once in a while, magic happens, and it happens in the studio, it happens in the writing room, and you just come up with the most awesome song. By releasing song after song after song, you're going to get to that song faster. It may not be the song you expected, but one of those songs eventually, when you try hard enough, long enough, and keep at it and listening to what people are reacting with and figuring out how to be a better songwriter, how to be a better performer, as you go, eventually you're going to get to the song that's going to just make it happen, that people will want to talk about, that people will want to share, that is going to get you all the attention and is going to really grow your fan base. Get to that song faster. Don't bury it in amongst 11 other tracks on an album. Release it right, and do it as just a single. Now, I've got a whole program that has been just really effective for a lot of really cool people and a lot of really great artists, and I highly recommend it. The link is right there over my head on Release It Right, how to release your album or EP the right way. But there is a strategy for the single and the singles that lead up to that EP or album release, and that is all contained in that program right there. All right, so that is how you build a fan base quickly in 2020, but remember that it isn't just about just that big hit. It is about the grind. It's about great content done consistently over time. All right, so this is Paul from Outerloop Coaching, outerloopcoaching.com. Make sure that you like the video, you subscribe to the channel, please comment down below, hit the little alert button so that way you get notified every time we put a new video up. I'll see you next time.